Finding her new roots here with the Noles as Florida State wins the tip. Touched a couple of hands, but finally they are able to corral it in, and we have a quick whistle.
Took too much time because they didn't have possession yet, it seems.
Quick three ball outside, and Florida State picking up where they left off as they are on their best start since the last 11 seasons, as Danny Carnegie finds her sweet spot at the nail.
Incredible freshman year at Georgia Tech, 6th player of the year, but her efficiency. She's shooting 50% from three, 86% from the free throw line, and getting it done for a team that's very good. Whoever Carnegie is guarding, attack her. If she gets 2 fouls, it changes this game completely.
Lady Bulldogs head coach Katie Amberson regaining the lead, 5-4. Outside look, no good. That's from Trinity Turner, another returner for the Lady Bulldogs. They do get the second look as the fadeaway, good!
Mia Woolfolk inside. Figures out where her defense is, couple dribbles, that fadeaway. She is so skilled inside. SEC all-freshman team last year, double figures in every game but one. She is the foundation for them inside.
UCF and had an incredible first year. The second and third, she said, that wasn't too much what I wanted, but having a stellar performance to start this season.
It's a great play by Bonner. Woolfolk's going to be a problem. You've got to use your speed inside if you don't have size, but Bonner's got to finish that layup. So far from both of these leagues, one of those teams is Georgia. I think Georgia's been very impressive with a 9-0 start. And Alabama as well, they're undefeated for a league like the ACC that struggled early.
And as you were saying, that Georgia has been impressive as Gonzalez pulls up for another one. They are on a 9-0 run. Turcoff was able to drain a three. Florida State looking for their first bucket in the last 5 attempts and get it. Being led by alma maters for their alma mater, and Brooke Wyckoff and Coach Abe that have done work.
Georgia does not want to get 2 fouls on Carnegie early, and that's why Coach Abe just took her to the bench.
The take good, and a nice impressive one by Mia Davis. And this is a lot of what they got.
That's 6-6 going at.
Off the deck again, another look for the Lady Bulldogs on the inside. The steal, Gonzalez gets fouled on the putback, so a careless.
Angelina Gonzalez is the first player off the bench for Georgia as Indoor scores in that 6'6" versus 6'6" battle. And Georgia continues to get back. They are not letting Florida State to have any running room, and Florida State's going to have to execute in half court.
Makes it a 1-possession game. Another inside look. Woolfolk has been going to work on the inside, and it continues.
They have not been able to guard her one-on-one. I know Georgia has shooters, but maybe just a dig from the strong side would also work.
How about Sydney Bowles entering the chat, knocking down the triple? And
only 3 returners, 7 newcomers. They're still figuring out how to play together, and they have played one of the more difficult schedules in the country.
15 on the shot clock as Riley Turcoff turns down the 3, gets to the rim, but is met by Bowles for the block. 3rd year of the ACC SEC Challenge, as right away Savannah Henderson knocks down the 3 ball.
Probably not worth it right now.
And off the glass. How about the bucket counts for Trinity Turner? Got hit on the hand, will get 1 at the free throw line.
Trinity Turner is so good in the mid-range, and
they're the A1s.
Oh no,
we'll
she
have
just
to
threw
talk
the
to
shoe.
Asia about that.
She threw it over to Coach Wyckoff.
And the kiss off the glass is good for Danny Carnegie. And Soleil Williams is 0 for 5 from the field. The block by Mia Davis, and here she comes, handling the rock. Passes it off to Jasmine Shavers, though, for the pull-up and the bucket. What a half so far.
Mia Davis has been impressive. Clean block, grabs the ball, let's go. Who cares that I'm 6'6"? Let's lead the break. And then Shavers.
I think they said they were able to have a 12-hour flight, another 2-hour, 3-hour, you do the math.
Lots of hours.
Lots of hours, as Woolfolk able to respond on the other end. But
Georgia slowed the game down. Georgia's been very good defensively.
And Danny Carnegie has been very good offensively.
That's Danny Carnegie. At baseline as a 3rd defender, and then Danny Carnegie, that step back, creating so much space.
start on this side of the floor where they've been very impressive to start this ball game. Right away, Soleil Williams might have heard you, Kelly, as she is now on the board.
Game and a good look for Florida State. It just didn't fall.
Outside, no good for Danny Carnegie. Three ball from the corner and good as Ali Kubek. 2 triples go down for Florida State in a quick timeout.
Florida State comes out firing 2 quick threes. Florida State trying to get back in it in Tallahassee. Right, Angel? She's so big. Just keep those hands up and you can get a clean block.
But there was a turnover underneath. Florida State coughed the ball up, and here comes Gonzalez. Finds the dish, and a layup ensues for Vera Ojinawa. Been on full display here tonight. 10 on the shot clock. Woolfolk gets another touch and another bucket. Made the SEC all-freshman team and continues to build in her sophomore season. Turkoff, pump fake, gets one in the air and finds a nice bucket on the baseline.
And that was a great job by Turkoff, using those 2 dribbles, hitting the mid-range.
Sydney Bowles thought she had the advantage and does for the 2. Turkoff took off. And Bowles met by about 3 different hands for UGA. This is a very touching thing for me because it's a private and very serious thing. And so I wanted to have this private for me. But she said to be inspired by others.
You know, bring that attention or take attention away from her team. But she's realized that talking about it is important because she's able to spread awareness.
Knocking down 2 3-pointers within 2 minutes for Florida State. Soleil Williams gets the ball back off the glass, gets it. 80 points per game, or just +1 against their opponents. So finding different ways to do it on the defensive end too. And weren't able to do it there as a Vera Ojinawa now with 4 points, shooting 50% from the field. So when she touches it, she's pretty much lights out. But
trying to get those stops, they've now moved to a 2-3 zone, trying to keep Georgia out of the paint.
You see the dig on the baseline, but there's not much you can do. Williams pulls up Soleil.
They've not been able to get many second chance points.
The Georgia bench.
Last year, the SEC won this challenge 10-6. It was very close. A couple games decided it. And now we'll see if the ACC can get back. It's all about what Florida State can do defensively. Yes, they're going to have to hit some shots, hit some threes to get back in it and continue to cut into the deficit, which Soleil Williams is doing right there. We now have a single-digit game, but Florida State has to get stops.
And then
really
you enter Turkoff,
yes,
the Red
exactly.
Mamba stepping in.
She looks like a complete player, and what also stands out to me is just how efficient she's been with Georgia. Not the most efficient day today.
Trinity Turner, the floor general for the Lady Bulldogs at the moment. Found a lane, took it, short on the left. The rebound good for who else?
And she picked that up so far away from the basket, up near the 3-point line. You just can't afford to pick up that foul. It's been phenomenal since halftime.
Early seal for Ojinawa on the block, but who needs it when Turkoff is lighting it up from outside? She is 3 for 7 in this ball game from outside. The dish and the block underneath for Avery Treadwell. 5 minutes of play in the 4th.
Ooh, thought that might have been a double dribble that they missed.
And instead, it's a 3 for Danny Carnegie. Danny Carnegie shooting 49% in that department. Dish pass, Turkoff, can't do it all!
In the 4th quarter, getting out in transition, it has been all Georgia. They are methodical on offense, they're patient, they're also unselfish, sharing the basketball.
And they're really good. Started in 2023, the dish on the inside to Woolfolk. And she just doesn't stop. Losses to Arkansas and Tennessee, but Woolfolk, it doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, you see her work. 8 to work with for the Noles. Soleil Williams sends it to the corner, and Bowles able to cash in. 9-0 start. Best start in 11 seasons for the Lady Bulldogs. And a outside look for Girton off the mark. And an emphatic block underneath. starts off their 5-game homestand.
Oh my
Danny
goodness.
Carnegie just isn't playing fair anymore.
That step back is something serious, Angel.
Quick response on the other side for Ali Kubek. A little bit too late for Florida State, as the Noles will drop to 4-6 on the season, and the Lady Bulldogs remain perfect